video off with the usual. I have my hoodie on halfway to keep myself warm, doors open because I needed B-roll, try to find a heater, and yeah, what are you guys doing today? I don't know. I think I'm putting a radiator in. How about you? Average Joe builds. It is what it always is. An average channel with a bunch of crap going on, and that crap being this and things out back. I don't know. I always started this channel off with I had GoPros. Then I got the G7 that I'm filming on now. The one thing I've always lacked, well, two things I've always lacked. This can't have external mics. GoPros have crappy audio. And then you notice I'm always having to hold you, or I have a weird angle. One of two angles. Why? This is the mount that I had. It's like a clamp screw-on thingy. And we're actually going to hold this still while I unthread this, and this little guy was the other one. I had bought, you know, cheapo, crappy Amazon choice, stupid tripods before that either get knocked over by the wind, the weight of the camera, leaned over trying to get a nice angle, etc. I don't know about you guys. Lately I've been enjoying the content a little bit more and more, trying to put a little more effort into it, and how are you going to put more effort into things without being able to get good angles and stuff? So insert this fella. I am an idiot and I spent more on a tripod than I would like to admit, but hopefully it's worth it. I'm going to get you guys set up. I'll throw in some pictures real quick while I'm setting this up of me just messing around with this thing last night. It said on the advertisement that it could go to 7 feet tall. I'm pretty sure the base can go to 7 feet tall. This thing, I have 10-foot ceilings in our house, and you see the picture, it was almost at the 10-foot ceiling and that wasn't maxed out. So this should be a game changer. We're going to find out with me doing a quick swap real fast. Well, this is weird. I have two hands again. You guys are at the same height as me? You guys want tickled? This is so, this is, I can do a little jig. Yeah, this is gonna be something to get used to. I mainly got this because I wanted to do a lot of like, well, I can go up higher with this obviously, and over the shoulder shots, like POV stuff. I don't know, that sounded like porn, but whatever. A little more effort into the channel. Hopefully it goes a long way for you guys. Hopefully it goes a long way for me wanting to actually film stuff and not having to constantly take. And like this one is good for filming, you know, selfie stuff, but this is easier. I like this already. And this thing saved my life. I've rigged a million things. We were using, when I was doing the stuff for mounting the links that you'll see in a coming video shortly, I was using a bucket with a piece of wood, and then this kind of rigged with another piece. Yeah, I don't want to do that stuff anymore. I mean, I just threw that on the ground, like screw it. I mean, I will if I have to, but this is nice. This is pretty crazy. I can't believe I spent that much on a tripod, but it is worth it. Gotta keep reminding myself that. And I keep diving in more to the G7, trying to learn how to get better graphics, better sound, etc. And I think I'm gonna step up to an A7 pretty soon, but that's a ramble. Instead of doing that all day, let's talk about what we're actually doing, and that is boxes. So the main thing for today is we're going to be doing some stuff on Lifestruck again. Been trying to keep a lot of progress on that going, and I have a bunch of things to make it better that have been showing up, so we're going to slowly start putting them on to make it better.
And I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Well, we were real happy with what was going on, and at the end of the day, you know, you gotta be happy.
I will go ahead and get you guys set up at a better angle with this masterful tripod. And we'll get some of these boxes open, explain what we're gonna do, and then we'll go actually do it. Do it to it, something like that, I don't know. Now I'm really rambling. This box, being the most important box, is obviously the box we're gonna open last. And yeah, I did open that already because I wanted to show the wife. So on her truck, I have been using a manual valve setup that is literally airlines ran into a T with a Schrader valve on it, and I can air it up or air it down that way. That's not okay. So obviously some of this, to most of you, is not going to be anything out of the norm. This is just an air tank, 5-gallon from Air Max. It was cheap. It'll do what I need it to. So obviously with that, what do you need an air tank for? Well, an airbag truck probably needs a way to use its bags a little better. So insert All of these goodies. We got a full 2nd gen 580 compressor kit from Air Slam It. This is compressors, wiring, switches, pressure switch, relays, fuses, everything you could possibly think of. Obviously we're going to be making the air ride work more effectively. What's there has just been a temporary measure to get the truck to move, and I'm over it. Now that the truck is starting to become something a little better than just a pile of crap, I would really like the wife to start driving it more, and for her to be able to drive it, it needs to be reliable. It needs to fire up, just, you know, click the key. She needs to be able to air it up easy, air it down easy, not worry about some Schrader valve and some hocus pocus magic that I've done. Next, and finally, we're going to get to the main thing for today that's actually going to let us start the truck and keep the truck running for more than a few minutes at a time, and that is the fact that we've had a leaky radiator. So, problem solver? I think so. Speed Daddy came through, hooked us up with a 60 to 66. It's just a single floor, nothing crazy, like 2.5-inch tanks, but it's just a direct fit copy. So we're going to pull out the stock one. We're going to put this guy in, and we'll start throwing some of the hose clamps on that we missed, actually filling it up with coolant, and we'll be able to fire it up. But before all that happens, I think maybe some exhaust? I don't know. Stop talking and get to some work, actually. One downside, I didn't realize I was needing to take it off the tripod to do. I don't want to carry the tripod around always, so I'm gonna grab the small hand thing, the Manfrotto. So let's see, digging in. Radiator is out, and actually, stupidly enough, doesn't look that bad. To be honest, probably what happened was, I'm thinking I banged it up because I know it was leaking right there-ish in that area. Yeah, so I'm guessing I just banged it up and smacked a fin or something like that. I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with it. Like I said, it's an original copper core Harrison, so I'm not gonna trash it or anything. I'm gonna take it to a radiator shop in town and see. Maybe they could rebuild it. Put it in a different truck, put it in Betty, something like that. I don't know, figured that out. Did a couple things off camera real quick. I do not enjoy LS coolant bypasses there, so just from the original one, you're hard to see that hose, and then I just drill and tap the water pump always. I just have to trim this guy down real quick and hose clamp on there. But that thing's so shiny, the camera's mad at it. Yeah, I was doing a quick thumbnail thing, but yeah, everything's looking great. Found all the hose clamps I needed, got everything readjusted. Did make a quickie little, made a little piece in here. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of. I'm supposed to get a radiator spring for inside the radiator to prevent kinking. And of course, Amazon said it's supposed to be here yesterday, then it was supposed to be here today, and now no scheduled time. So screw it. I made one out of 2 precision wastegate springs and some TIG wire. Sloppy mechanics still at heart, but while I'm doing that, I'm messing with some of the stuff for the big truck, figuring out this steering bar and some odds and ends, and you're like, wait, how are you doing that with the garage closed? I'm opening and closing that thing 1,000 times because I gotta try to keep some warmth in here somehow. I mean, it's like 37 degrees today or something. It's sunny, but it's raining and cold every 5 minutes, so I'm really starting to think about figuring out some sort of wood stove in this area. I don't know. Move wife's bike outside. There's a whole length that runs this side of the garage that has like a little eave, so I could put the bike under there with a tarp. It can store easy for winter and stuff. If she didn't care, I could ride the damn thing downstairs in the basement for all I care, but I'm really thinking a wood stove here, have the flute come up, go through the floor, you know, around it, or I could have it 90 up and go that way. Then that way, not only would it keep me warm down here, it would, the exhaust pipe would be warm a little bit for the loft upstairs, because I want to turn that into like a hangout area. But while I'm warming myself up in here before I run back out there, just did a quick hose clamp check to see if I needed any other ones. Get back out there, reinstall this thing, and then dive into some exhaust stuff, because that's all really the truck's lacking to be able to drive. There's a show this Friday, which is tomorrow. We're probably not going to make it to that one because we have no taillights. Realized we could technically steal the taillights off Betty. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to get her own. So we're going to eBay or Amazon a set. Take a few days, so we'll miss this week's show, but possibly take the truck to next week's in-town little cruise show with a bunch of hot rods and stuff. So it'll be pretty cool. We'll see. Again, I'm rambling. I want to get to work. So let's get back to work.
Thousand years later.
Well, it works. And I got dogs coming. But like I was saying, I did pop open the air ride a little more, and we have two of these bad boys. They are Air Max 580 compressors. I'm thinking with a simple lead length, I'm going to just thread them into the ends of the tank and mount them probably somewhere on the back of this frame. There's some existing mounts for, I don't know, like a rear sway bar? No, because it has a rear sway bar up there. I'm not quite sure what these existing mounts would have been for, so we're going to pop you guys off. We'll check it all out, and you'll see what I'm saying. That was fun, wasn't it? So, yeah, like I'm saying here, see how these are mounted? Essentially going to undo those bolts, and it actually says Air Max one way. So I think I'll have it mounted like this, and we'll just mount that down there on the frame in that exact same spot. Obviously the lead comes up, we'll have the lead screw into this fitting, pressure sensor here, block this, block, one up to the front of the cab to the valve. I'm explaining all this now, but we're actually going to go through and do a video on it, do a step-by-step nice video. But like I was saying, I wanted to keep the truck as classic and, you know, kind of OEM as possible. So I did get a air jacks, what they call the Touche, and it's I don't really want to pull it out because my hands are dirty, but it's just two, a front and a back. And they're just manual valves. You have an airline going in, you have your bags teed going to it, and yeah, like I said, we're gonna go over a step-by-step video of all of how we're gonna wire it, running the airlines, all of that, because what I have now, this is what I was saying, is I literally have the bags teed together to a Schrader valve. That's it. That's how I've had the air ride set up. Just so I can fill it and I can lower it, set the height what I wanted it to be, and yeah, that was it. But, you know, if you were somewhere and you're like, oh, I needed to go up a little bit, you're in trouble. Thankfully, we haven't driven the truck enough to ever run into that situation, but we could have. We could have started driving it, you know, anytime now, and that would have really screwed us to be in that situation of, oh crap, now what do I do? So, like I was saying, ditch this stuff, and then this is all 1/4-inch airline. I'm gonna be upgrading to 3/8 so it can fill up a little bit faster. With these dual 580s, they're rated to fill a 5-gallon tank in about a minute. So, you know, start the truck up, let it warm up, and while it's warming up, you'll be able to fully air yourself up or down. Pretty cool. I did mess around with some of the big powder coating stuff, which we're gonna start featuring more on the channel. This is kind of just an update, I guess, now at this point, but like I was saying, I'm just doing what we can here. Oh, I'm all brightened up. I can fix this now, right? I swear I know how to fix this. No, I don't. Okay, now back to where I can talk. But like I was saying, we're gonna start featuring a lot more of the powder coating stuff on the channel. Obviously, we have the big boy booth. That's gonna be more in use than not in use. But instead of just rambling on and on and on like I've been doing, I'm gonna keep kicking the ball for the dogs so they keep having fun, and I'm gonna start diving into exhaust. I have the old pieces from this, but we're just gonna cut the V-bands off for now. This one I might actually just section the pipe before it gets flat. This one has a pretty Nardog dent in it, which I don't think I'm gonna need anymore, so probably gonna cut it down there. But get these all hacked off and then start seeing what we can make. I have plenty of 2.5 floating around. We have some extra V-bands floating around. We got mufflers, like I was saying. We have just everything I think we need, so I don't want anything fancy. She doesn't really want anything fancy right now either. I just want something so it's not so freaking loud. This thing is, you can't even, you can't think when it's idling, so it's not really gonna work for us. Get the stuff chopped up and then figure out a game plan, see what happens. So after the usual YouTube magic, we have 2 V-banded pipes. Nice square cuts. That's kind of cool. But this is where something's actually cool. Set that stuff down. Just gonna use this chunk of exhaust that's just laying over here. Decided to go dig around in the mystery pile, and lo and behold, found some stuff that might actually work a little bit better. So I'm gonna run you guys to the mystery pile, check it all out together. This is actually a nifty trick. Instead of pulling the camera off, I literally just slid the mount out by taking the stop off the bottom. I'm actually holding the first height extension over. Works as a selfie stick right now. So we're coming over here. Try not to step in dog poop. And small block Chevy header goes down to a muffler. And you notice another small block Chevy header that comes back to this muffler. It was actually the stock exhaust, the modified exhaust when she had the small block Chevy. I'm gonna dig it out. I'm gonna bring it over there and clean it up a little bit and look at it. But I'm thinking it has the general length already. It has everything that I would have probably done anyways. I don't think I'm gonna go over the axle like they did though, so we'll probably cut it, shorten a little bit. I'm planning, for now at least, to exit probably by the step. Actually, if we come over here, yeah, we'll come out there-ish. Yeah, some nice straight length, muffler under the cab somewhere, and then have it just turn out. And that actually brings me to another point of going downstairs and ta-da! Ignore crew cab wiring. Still figuring out that whole painless video for the Duramax, but found her steps, dug them all out, and found the spare tire mount for her side, because hers actually has the spare tire mount where Betty's does not. Betty's is just the normal step side on both sides, and hers has the fancy spare tire mount on her short bed. So she was really into this, wants to get a spare tire, and I'm kind of into that because I think I've talked her into like a 20-22 combo or something like that, which would be rad to have 20s, 22, and then a spare. Just we'll have to make it fit, figured all that out, but I'm gonna get over into the gross death pile, which you guys just have like spare S10 front ends and frames with engines, and you guys have lots of spare stuff. You gotta be doing some scrap runs soon. Enough ramble. Let's get some exhaust going, right? I'm an asshat and didn't film any of the exhaust, and I have slave labor here undoing my hose for me because, lo and behold, oh, we'll never see that. Son, go away, sunset. Ha! Wifey's truck. Got this thing out, about. Yeah, drove it. It made the worst noise in existence, and that's because the control arm is sitting on the ground. Somebody is an idiot, me. Okay, why is my ISO freaking out here? Let's see. Okay, now we get an attempt at trying to see this without, hopefully, the light murdering me. The sunset is pretty crazy. It's just whiting the whole truck out, killing me too, but yeah, I think we did good. It drove. I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very surprised. It drove really good. For how low it is, not so great, and one major key fact of there's no door latch, so I was driving holding the door, but I'm gonna air it up, show you guys how I actually have to do that with an air chuck and an air hose, but I'm pretty stoked on it. I don't know about you guys, but look at that. I should thumbnail. Ta-da! Yeah, I'm gonna grab the airline, air this thing up enough in the front that the control arm is not smashed on the ground. I'll throw that picture up real quick that I was posting on Instagram, and then take you guys around the block with wifey for a time again. I'm just so exhausted. I did not do what I wanted to on the exhaust. I kind of rigged it, not really, a little bit, enough that it was just not what I wanted. I had a lot less 2.5 than I thought I did. It's good, little side pipe action. I'll show you guys real fast. But I need to go through the chassis, and there's a lot of stuff I got to redo to go through the chassis. Like I was saying, can't even see it. Little side pipe action. Trying to fill up this thing, see if I can get it actually not kill itself. Fine. Where is this? Like I was saying. Not even kidding. Airline. Probably loud. And gonna hold the camera for me? Mm-hmm. Have the stepdaughter to do that. Let's see. Now, oh, way too tall in the front. Lower it down a little bit. That's enough. That should be a lot more drivable. Steal the camera from you, midget. And one of the downsides of having full exhaust leak that I didn't know about and can't do anything about because that exhaust manifold bolt is stripped to crap. But I figured we should also let you guys hear it before we take this test drive. Such an annoying leak. Back bolt, and she just won't tighten down, so happy about that. It's drivable now. Dig it, so I'm gonna go steal the wife. We're gonna run this thing around the block actually. Drive it, enjoy it a little bit. See you guys back for a little bit. I'm tired. I love that cam though. Chop, 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 chop. counting the seat not being bolted down is a factor. And I forgot your transmission is manual, how buddy? So I was driving in third, wondering why it was acting all funny. Now, I understand what it is. Trying to not throw us forward on the seat again. Hitting the frame on that side.
I was gonna say that sounds like exhaust.
Yeah. That hangers suck. Note to self, when you go to the exhaust shop and expect hangers, they don't give you hangers anymore. It's okay. Amazon will fix that for us in a couple days. But it's making it move. Okay. Wheel cylinders for sure. Shocks for sure.
I think she wins this round.
Yeah, I think so scared the shit out of me. Hop out and go over in the front.
I'm just really glad that I went to the bathroom before we did all of this. I don't think I can get out. I think I need that little girl. Oh, no, I got it.
That's good enough to say this thing drives. It doesn't burn out. Obviously needs a ton of work. The rear air shocks are just blown to crap. I actually cut the airline on them, which sucked, but I don't know about you guys. I'm happy, she's happy. The little one's happy because she got to race a truck into a backyard, and that lets me feel good. Oh crap, the whole neighborhood is smoky. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at for this one. Whoops. Yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Average Joe Builds, we're out of here.